The estate is a 1,100 acre arable farm. Along with that we manage 50 residential properties and about 25,000 square foot of commercial and storage space. The key investments we've made recently are investments in terms of converting office space to host a Land Rover Experience franchise. We've invested heavily in the farm over the last 5 or 10 years, and most recently the 250 kilowatt photovoltaic array that we've installed to provide green energy to the estate. When I first started on the estate, we were very much planning on a year-by-year basis, which wasn't giving us very much security and stability. One of our key drivers has been to change to a 5-year budgeting plan, which has been very useful, particularly when we're approaching our banks and any other funders that we may need to deal with. Well, the estate for a long period was shut off and very hidden from the public eye. And we believe that we've got a lot of strengths, whether it's the walled garden, whether it's things like the Land Rover Experience or our events venue, that the public are keen to partake in, are keen to be involved in, and lifting the image and the brand of the estate is vital to that, so that we become a destination that people want to come and visit. I think it's absolutely vital to be able to collaborate with other businesses. People who've done projects you're thinking about doing have the best expertise and also the best understanding of some of the problems.
I always say we have two hats. We have one hat with being the estate, the family-owned side of things, and I have my own business with TM Property, which is quite an interesting interaction. The estate in the main sits between Greater Manchester and a town called Knutsford, quite close to Manchester Airport. We've, partly because of our geography, tried very hard to take advantage of the wider range of opportunities and not just go for the incremental investment and more of the same, but trying to think out of the box a bit. We've been thrilled to have managed to change use for a number of buildings, for example into a country pub. We've also done a town centre pub, we've done offices, we've done some residential development, and I always like to start from the basis that how can we maximise the community value? My business, TM Planning, has been promoting a really exciting development on a motorway junction for a combination of distribution and science and advanced manufacturing. You're asking how we developed the showground, and the answer is probably a bit by accident. And as we sat there with the property empty, it gave us the opportunity to consider things that and wait for things that might not have come in. The first thing we had was just the Cheshire ploughing match and hedge laying competition. Having the event there made us realise how well suited it was, being close to so many people and the road network. From my perspective as TEM, we continue to invest in people, our primary investment, and it's an interesting contrast. The estate doesn't employ anybody, but my business now employs a dozen people or so.
My key driver is knowing that the estate is in my hands for a short period of time and in my custody. And what I want to do is make sure that when the next generation come to succeeding at some point in the future, the estate is in its best possible condition and ideally debt-free. You get up every morning, you don't know what the challenge is going to be by the end of the day, and at the same time you get to walk around some beautiful countryside, and if you have a stressful day, there's nothing better than clearing your head, walking the dog and enjoying what you have.
One of the things to get us out of the bed in the morning is just how entrepreneurial and fun it can be working in a rural business. I remember when I was at school, and I think other people probably are like this, people say to them, are you going to go and work at home when you're older? My response was, God no, I can't think of anything more boring. And I now realise just how misguided and incorrect that assumption was. If you're starting with property in Bond Street, there's very little value that you can add. But if you're starting with green fields or a brownfield site, a derelict farm building, the potential value you can add to that, and the jobs you can create, the difference you can make to the community, the facilities you can create that wouldn't exist if it weren't for your getting involved, is huge.